Welcome to your Ark. My name is Eve. I am an artificial intelligence. My systems are designed to assist you. You can trust me implicitly, always. Status update. Earth. Current year, 2070. Continuously rising sea levels have changed ecosystems. Many coasts are flooded, and more regions are endangered. Many coastal cities have been abandoned. Droughts and crop failures are causing mass migration. National structures are losing their power and importance. The established order is collapsing into the sea, along with the coastal cities. Climate change is intensifying the struggle for the distribution of the remaining resources. A rethink is necessary. The shifting shorelines have now made previously barren land fertile. New technologies are providing new opportunities. The scientific organization, SAAT, develops innovative technologies for the future. They created the Ark technology, and I, Eve, am also one of their creations. Definition: Ark, floating research station, allows the occupation of new lands. You are among the few people selected to captain an Ark. Registering conflict of interest. The industrial consortium, Global Trust, the world's largest supplier of energy, will try to secure your services. The Eden Initiative will do the same. They are a globally active environmental organization. Their influence is steadily growing as a result of ultra-modern green tech technologies. Both organizations are competing for dominance by building their cities and recruiting intelligent people like yourself. It is your choice whom you wish to support. Regardless of your decision, one thing is certain. You can trust me implicitly. My name is Eve.
And hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new Let's Play of the Anno games. Today we are going to start with the Anno 2070, the 5th installment of the Anno series. So if you watch my channel, I've played all of the other previous Anno games before on my road to Anno 1800, and today with Anno 2070 we are going into the future. Anno 2070 is set in the year, as the name says, 2070. It has a darker tone now than the previous Anno games. The good feeling kind of is gone, so we don't have happy medieval music anymore, but rather futuristic cyberpunk music. Global warming has melted the Arctic ice cap, flooded the continents, and only islands are left now. The game has been released in 2011, developed by Related Design and Byte, and published by Ubisoft. It is 8 years old now, but it still holds up tremendously in my opinion. And as always, we are going to start a continuous game. I'm always playing a continuous game. As you can see, we have a lot of options this time. We have a campaign, which takes about 5 hours, I think. We have single missions if we want to, so lots of scenarios and challenges if we like that, bonus missions. We even have a beautiful and complex multiplayer mode, but in this Let's Play we focus on a continuous game, so we want to see everything the game has to offer. We can even build now under the water or below sea level, and we can do that in the continuous game as well. Here we choose our difficulty. Right now I'm going for easy mode, but don't worry, we're going to raise the difficulty a bit.
Configuration of personal mission objectives completed.
This is our setting here now on easy, but we're going into the game settings. As you can see, we have our parties here now that we can choose. Tilda Jorgensen is one of our opponents, so we have one opponent. These are NPCs more or less, so we can only trade with them. They give us missions and something, but we go for Tilda Jorgensen, and we are also going to add another third party, so that is going to settle, and I'm taking Thor Strindberg, so a rather aggressive AI, and I'm putting them to medium for now.
But soon there'll be a new name up there on the screen. Thor Strindberg.
And we're also going to choose a large game world for our map size, because we want to build a lot and a big city. Let's have a look at the game settings before we start. So we want to have full refund as usual. Island size is large, fertility many, raw materials many, so we can build a lot. Quests on medium, city disasters easy. As you remember in the previous games, we have this fire catastrophe and it just happens way too often. It's just really annoying. So I'm going for easy this time, so I'm not having that many fires, hopefully. This is going to be neutral, so the environmental influences that we have on an island, what that is, we'll see later. We activate the Anno add-on, so there is the deep sea add-on for Anno 2070 that makes it possible to build large cities underwater. We want that. And the hostile takeover. If you've watched Anno 1404, then you know we can take over islands with shares, so we can buy them. We're going to reveal the map from the beginning right away. I want to see what good island we have. We say we start with a merchant fleet, or let's say a warship actually, war fleet, but without any warehouses. That means we are not settled on an island from the beginning. And we're not taking 80,000 credits, but rather 30,000 credits for the beginning. Everything else is, well, kind of standard. There are no winning conditions. I want to have a real endless mode, so until I can build my palace, kind of. Let's see how long that takes. I've played Anno 2070 quite a lot back in the days, but it's been a while, so let's see if we can actually do this. And we're also going to make the technological disasters on medium, so now we have a normal game. But in Anno it's not about difficulty, it's rather about building beautiful big cities. Now that's it, these are my settings, and with that let's dive into a continuous game of Anno 2070. I hope you enjoyed the ride. See you on the other side. And here we are with our Ark, our mothership, on a new map.
Register.
My ships are coming out there. I'm right beside an island here. Let's have a look. It has a lot of space, but no real beach. That is something I don't like. There is a beach here, but I could not build a harbor here. And I don't like having my opponent in my back. So one of my opponents settled on this one here. Another one settled here already. So let's see what else we can have. This one here is the other biggest island here. It has a beautiful long beach. Let's go for this one. Let's take one of my ships here. So I've got 4 ships, two of them have building materials on it. So let's send this ship down there. And I'm also going to settle, I have a second ship here. Let's also settle on another island right away. And I think it's going to be, well, let's have a look, where we have some resources. So as you can see, we start with nothing actually, only these few ships here. And I'm going for this island now. It has fertilities, so tea, rice and coffee. That's something we can farm on this island here. Let's have a look at the other islands. So it's tea, rice and coffee. It's the same one. That's not good. Let's have a look at the other island here. We have vegetables, wheat and corn on this one here, and wine, sugar and vegetables on this one here. So we have 2 islands with vegetables, right? And on this one here we could have some sugar. Okay, so not perfect, but not the worst outcome that comes to mind. I have nothing with truffles, so there are truffles on this island here. I don't know how important they are later on. There's only one island as far as I can see that has truffles on it, and it's this one here. Oh, and this one here. So this might be possible for me to get later on. Let's settle on this island here now for our main island, for our main city. I'm going to rename it again to Sleepy Hollow. So we've settled on this island here, and let's send my other ship to the neighboring island with some other fertilities perhaps. I think fruit is important, vegetables, corn, vegetable. there's fruit down here. Okay, fruit is very important too, so I will have to get it at some point. Let's go to this one first. I'm going to settle on as many islands as quickly as possible before someone else takes them, of course. But for now, I think we're settled. Okay, this is our main island here. We have nothing at the moment. So what we do need now, we build some depots. As you can see, we have an area of influence where we can build something. So I can't build here. So it needs to overlap with my area that I already have under my influence. So we start by building a few depots. I want to have my first production chains far away from my island. So over here, I just removed the other depots to get some resources back because we need them. And we start with our first production here, building modules. So we need those modules to build other buildings. It's the most basic form of production chain. Let's have 4 of them for now. And some smelters.
Energy shortage.
And yeah, I remember that correctly. They take no space at all. Only 2 fields that I need to plant here for now. So it's rather easy to build them side by side like this. There are other production chains later on that need many more fields than those 2. Okay, so we have that now. We have some building modules, and we can also start now with our main island, main city. So for that, I'm going to start again with a main road in the middle, as I always do. And then we start with a city center. So we need a city center to have an area of influence for houses, buildings for inhabitants. So let's have one here.
New buildings available.
Takes up as much influence as possible, and we have the first houses here that we can build. And I just want to make this correctly from the beginning. So this is the border, kind of, for now. And let's see how many buildings I can fit in here before I reach the marketplace. So this looks correct to me. Let's do it like this. And so here we have the first buildings of Sleepy Hollow. And thus a great nation is born. I need to replace the city center though. Perfect. It fits in here. And this is our first city center. As you can see, very basic. There's not much here to see. And we need to wait for building modules now that are being produced down here. My other ship has arrived in the meantime on this island here. So I'm going to build some depots here real quick after settling on it to extend my influence on this island. And again, I'm sorry if I'm being a bit too fast right now, but it's important, it's vital in the first minutes to get the right islands. And I'm also going for this one here far away, but it has the fruit fertility. That is something we really, really need. Yeah, there's fruit and there are truffles here, so I'm going for those 2 right away. And what I see is we have a lack of energy. So energy is a new resource that we have with Anno 2017 that we need now, and we can produce this energy with the wind park because we chose the echoes in the beginning of the game. As you can, I was a bit too quick there, so you can choose the echoes or global foundries when you start a game. And it decides what buildings you have in the beginning. So I chose the echoes, which means clean energy, wind parks for example, and low emission of fossils and stuff like that. so it stays clean, my island, because you have an echo balance, this one here, for each island. And the good thing is that my island stays clean with the echoes, but everything is more expensive, so I have a more difficult start. If I choose the global foundries, I would produce my energy with coal, for example, so everything that is dirty, kind of, and cheap also. So it's cheaper in the beginning, but my echo balance suffers for it. The more catastrophic your echo balance is, the more catastrophes you have in your island, and the lower your fertility is. Okay, so we have this island here too, with some fruits, and I'm also going for this one here with the truffles on it. And another thing, when I click now on my echo workers here,
Honestly, without you,
it looks the same like in every Anno game except 1503. So we have the text slider here. I'm going to move it to light green. If I move it to yellow, they're a bit more angry. And now they would be totally angry. I leave it at light green, so they pay a small amount of taxes and are happy. And they want fish as one of the basic needs. So we have some fisheries here, fishermen. So this is how our island or our city Sleepy Hollow looks now. For now. And I've sent my other ship here to Mr. Thorn, because he sells me some building modules and tools, and I need more of that.
If you're looking for a little support, you've come to the right place. Very profitable.
And with that, I'm going for this island here, where I have some more building space as well, and sugar and wine and vegetables. Fertility. And with that ship here, I'm on the island with the truffles. I really don't know how important truffles are at some point, but it's one of the only 2 islands that have truffle fertility, so I'm going to get it. Doesn't matter. And I realize I'm a bit slow at the moment on my main island here, but I want to focus on getting the best islands first. And the building modules are being produced. And the music is extremely beautiful, as usual.
That hologram is making me dizzy.
So I think I've settled on enough islands now, and I can focus now on Sleepy Hollow. My balance is quite negative. As you can see, I lose 269 coins per minute at the moment. I still have 19,000, but I need to build more houses that pay taxes.
Building selection expanded.
Okay, so I've reached a new city state, or I've reached 147 echo workers now. Is that right? Yeah, 150 now. That means I can build more things. So concert hall has been unlocked. As we can see, there are new demands now. So they want activity, they want the concert hall, and drink, they want tea. I've managed to satisfy fish, and the community is the city center for now. So we produce enough fish, I think. Yeah, the arrow points upwards. That means that it's rising. So I can build more houses here. And I intend to build the concert hall in here. Or should I? Yeah, like this, I think. Having the concert hall here. Like this.
Just look at what we built.
And this kind of replaces the chapels of the previous games. So you always had to build a chapel first, and now we have the concert hall.
And everything handmade.
Classical music taught me learning a strict set of rules. Continuous hard work and absolute devotion can turn a few dots on lines.
And as you can see, the more buildings I built, the more it affects my echo balance. So I have -2 now. I need to be careful there, not to get too deep into the negative here. And for the trade, I'm going to say I want to buy some modules. So this is our first trade that we want to have. And I'm going to move my arc, relocate my arc to this place here. So to my home island. As you can see now, it's kind of, yeah, going underwater. And reappearing here then in a second. And there's the arc. And while we are at it with underwater stuff, let's have a look at the map again. So we have these islands here, and as you can see, we also have these other islands here that you can't see. So there's something here according to my map, but I can't see anything. So that's because it's underwater. Let's go down there. And this is how it looks. Oops. This is the underwater. These are the underwater islands. We have some building spaces here and some resources, thermal activity, oil. And we're going to need that later on. Or actually pretty soon, I think. Exciting to build something underwater. And I do have enough resources again, so let's have some more echo houses. Still need to grow. And I'm also going to expand my production of building modules. So they're all at 100%. So it seems like that is a good ratio here that we have. So I'm going to build 2 more of that. And then I can have two more smelters. And also some fields for that. Producing those building modules for me. Okay, so Sleepy Hollow is growing. How many people do we have? 462. Very nice. The next thing then would be tea, and then we would have all the demands and could upgrade our people. Let's have a look at the diplomacy before we do that. We still have to wait a bit now to get more modules, and while that is happening, we have the diplomacy, so that's me. And then we have Tilda Jorgensen, she's the other one, the opponent that's building something, and Thor Strindberg. He's also building something. He's the most dangerous one, I think, out of all of them. And then we have the neutral ones. So they give us tasks, they trade with us, they give us
great to see you.
What is it? What brings you
researches, like he gives us research. I think he gives us the ship to get underwater.
Hey.
So these are my opponents and my relationships with them. I've got some more building modules again. Tea is, luckily for us, is on this island, so we're going to have our tea production on this island too. Let's have some more buildings over here. And also have a look at the fish. So fish is stagnating now. There's no arrow pointing upwards anymore. So we definitely need to build more fisheries. Fisher huts. And at some point, of course, I'm going to relocate them. That doesn't look very beautiful. But right now, the necessity for fish is bigger than my need for aesthetics.
Awaiting your orders.
And now let's have a look at the arc before we finish this episode. We can actually order building modules like this. So we can have 40 tons of building modules for 2,000 credits. So we could get them instantly and then transport them to my main island. And the arc also has upgrades. So here I can install modules later on. And the politics, this is father. So that is our communication module. And with him, we can actually also communicate and increase our licenses. So there are also a few things we can do here in the ARC module. And that's it for now. We've started our very first island, and in the next episode we are going to expand, build our next production, upgrade our buildings, and hopefully go underwater as soon as possible. Stay tuned!